Maintenance worker 53-year-old Cesar Montalongo Sr. was fatally shot on a balcony over the weekend while checking to see if pipes at an apartment complex had burst. The incident occurred at around 6 p.m. on Saturday the 24th of December at the Clayton Point complex at 2955 Alouette Drive in Grand Prairie, Texas. Detectives determined that Cesar was checking multiple balconies for freezing and broken water lines after several pipes had ruptured. Authorities said that the resident thought his apartment was being burglarized, grabbed a gun, and shot Cesar through the window. Officers arrived to find Cesar laying on the balcony in a critical condition. He was rushed to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. A resident stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. No arrests have been made to date. The medical examiner's office said that Cesar died from a gunshot wound to his chest and declared his death a homicide. 28-year-old Cesar Montalongo Jr. said that his father was a head maintenance worker at the complex where he was shot. Come to find it was not just one bullet but four, he said. He wasn't doing anything malicious. He wasn't even trying to open the balcony door. He wasn't even trying to get into the apartment. My dad was employed there for 16 years. All the residents knew him, and he knew all of the residents as well. It was not immediately clear whether management had notified residents of the impending arrival of maintenance workers on the property, or whether the resident gunman believed there was an imminent danger. Defense attorney Russell Wilson, a former prosecutor who is not associated with the case, said that the Castle Doctrine, a law that allows homeowners to defend their properties, in this case an anticipated burglary, could apply in the shooting. Russell said the property may extend to the balcony. However, the biggest question is whether the residents was given notice that there will be a maintenance worker on his property. He said the answer will play a very big role. Cesar Jr. said that his father was on call on Christmas Eve, which was the day before his 29th wedding anniversary. Cesar Jr. is the oldest of 5 sons his father leaves behind. Cesar Jr. described his dad as selfless and said he prefers to live life smiling. Everywhere he walked, he was just a light, he said. He always had a smile on his face. He didn't enjoy being upset. He was somebody who would never want to hurt anybody. Cesar Jr. said his mother was devastated, adding that he never made it home to the anniversary. Cesar Jr. said that his father's shooting could have been 100% avoided, but that he was trying to keep things in perspective. We've been praying a lot to try and find peace with each other as a family, he said. Believing in the Lord, we forgive the person who did this. As far as what's to come, they'll be determined by grandeur and the good Lord himself, he said. 37-year-old Kelly Hopkin from Ackworth, Georgia is behind bars after he entered a stranger's hotel room naked and high on drugs before assaulting a couple and a female police officer. On the evening of Sunday the 18th of December, the authorities received a call from the Deerfield Lodge, located at 6055 Lake Ackworth Drive. Investigators said that Kelly entered one of the rooms at the lodge and punched a woman in the eye and a man in the face. Police said the couple didn't know the man. Officer Eric Mistretta said he was naked and believed to be intoxicated on multiple different types of drugs. Mike Pointer was in the hotel room downstairs and heard the commotion upstairs. He said he heard a lot of banging around. It sounded like a scuffle with someone yelling out for help, he said. Officer Tanisha Palachi was the first to respond. Investigators say she approached Kelly and he started hitting her and put her in a chokehold. During the altercation, she suffered some injuries to her face and had a tooth knocked out. When backup officers arrived, Kelly kicked one of them. They tried to restrain him, even used a taser, but it was unsuccessful. When officers were trying to restrain Kelly, medics arrived to the scene to assist and were able to administer a sedative to calm him down. Kelly was transported to the Kennestone Hospital and later released to the Cobb County Adult Detention Center. He has 9 charges against him, including aggravated battery against law enforcement. Ackworth police said that the victims injured in the incident were treated at the hospital and released. It's unclear how many victims there were in this incident. Tanisha took a few days off from work to recover from her injuries before returning back to her duties. Mike said it hurts me to hear about the young officer getting hurt. They're good people, he said. The investigation into the matter continues. A Georgia man slipped on ice and hit his head on the ground while attempting to rob a business early Christmas morning. 30-year-old Luis Sajboche Ordonez is facing armed robbery and aggravated assault charges. At around 1 a.m, Luis hid behind a local business located on the 400 block of Atlanta Highway in Gainesville, Georgia. As an employee exited the store, he pulled a gun out on the worker and demanded cash, leading to a struggle. Another employee left from the rear of the building, reached out to Luis and he fired a shot which didn't hit anyone. Luis then attempted to flee the scene, but while doing so he slipped on some ice and fell, knocking his head on the ground. Witnesses were able to take 2 guns away from Luis as he lay injured until police arrived. He was arrested and taken to the Hull County Jail. The Gainesville Police Department said, "Fortunately, no serious injuries occurred, and the perp was taken into custody."